Man, picture this pouring rain at midnight on Old Mill Road. Wipers barely keeping up. And there I am. Jamal Carter. Bone-tired from loading crates at the warehouse. Trying not to think about the eviction notice taped to my fridge or the court date in 21 days that could rip my little girl Maya away from me. Then I see those hazard lights blinking like a heartbeat. A sleek silver coupe half in the ditch. And a woman standing there soaked to the skin. Phone dying in her hand. Every sane voice in my head says, keep rolling, you got your own storm to outrun, but my mom's words from when I was 8 cut through the static. Son. Real men stop when the world tells them to speed up. So I ease my rattling old Civic onto the shoulder. Grab the toolbox I keep for emergencies that never seem to end. And step into the downpour. I keep my hands visible. Voice low, ma'am. You okay? Looks like battery trouble. She flinches at first. And who can blame her strange black guy? Midnight. Deserted stretch, but then she nods. Shoulders shaking from cold or panic. I can't tell. Turns out the positive terminal's loose. Corrosion eating the connection like rust eats hope. 10 minutes. A scrap of sandpaper. And a zip tie later. The engine coughs to life. She reaches for her wallet. I wave it off, pay it forward. That's all. She asks my name. I give it Jamal Carter, and I'm back on the road before the warmth of her smile can register. Because honestly, in 3 weeks, I might be trading that smile for prison blues. Fast forward to the morning of the trial. Cook County Courthouse smelling like bleach and broken dreams. I'm in a borrowed suit 2 sizes too big. Palms sweating through the cheap lining. While my public defender Luis whispers stats that sound like a death sentence 96% conviction rate for Judge Harlan. The guy originally assigned. Then the bailiff calls a last-minute switch. All rise for the Honorable Evelyn Brooks. And when she walks in robe crisp. Hair in that severe bun. Eyes scanning the room like she's reading souls, my stomach drops. It's her. The woman from the rain. Same cheekbones. Same quiet command. But she doesn't blink. Doesn't twitch. Just bangs the gavel and gets down to business. Prosecutor lays out the case like it's gift-wrapped. $52. 000 missing from the landscaping firm I co-owned with Derek Powell, my ex-best friend, who suddenly decided I was the perfect fall guy. Forged signatures. Doctored spreadsheets. Emails I supposedly sent from an account I never touched. Derek's in the gallery. Arms crossed. Smirk sharp enough to cut glass. He leans over to his lawyer and stage whispers. Poor Jamal. Always playing the victim card. I want to lunge. But Luis grips my wrist. Not here. Not now. Evelyn Judge Brooks leans forward. Flips through the stack of photocopies. And her voice slices the room. Mr. Lang. These are copies of copies. Where are the originals? Prosecutor stammers about chain of custody issues. She shuts him down. This court doesn't convict on Xerox ghosts. Motion for forensic audit granted. Adjourned. Gavel cracks like a starting gun. And just like that, the noose loosens. Derek's smirk melts into something ugly. He mouths, "This ain't over," as deputies clear the room. 2 weeks crawl by in a haze of warehouse shifts and bedtime stories I'm terrified might be my last. Maya asks why Daddy looks sad, even when he's smiling. I tell her grown-up problems are like thunderstorms loud. Scary. But they pass. Then Luis calls. Forensics came back. Every transfer traces to Derek's laptop. Timestamps match security footage of him alone in the office after hours. Judge Brooks wants us back tomorrow, says she's not waiting on bureaucracy. I don't sleep that night. I just stare at the ceiling and wonder if the universe really does keep score. Next morning, Derek's swagger is gone. He's sweating through his $1,000 suit while Evelyn reads the report aloud, voice steady. Merciless. Digital fingerprints don't lie. Mr. Powell. Neither do security cameras. Charges against Mr. Carter dismissed with prejudice. And Mr. Powell, you're remanded into custody, pending arraignment on fraud, forgery, and perjury. Derek lunges toward the bench, screaming about activist judges and reverse racism. But the deputies tackle him before he clears the rail. As they drag him out, he locks eyes with me and spits. You think this fixes anything? Your kid'll still grow up without a mom. The words hit like a gut punch. But Evelyn's gavel silences the room. And for the first time in months, I breathe. 6 weeks later, I'm stocking motor oil at the auto parts store. Better pay. Daylight hours. Benefits Maya can actually use when a voice behind me says, "Excuse me. Do you carry dielectric grease?" I turn. And there she is, Evelyn Brooks. Jeans and a Northwestern hoodie. No robe. No gavel. Just a woman holding a basket of spark plugs. We stare like two people who've seen each other's ghosts. She breaks first. "You kept the toolbox in the trunk that night." Duct tape. Zip ties. Hope. I laugh. Rusty and real. "And you kept the case on your desk instead of recusing." "That's a hell of a payback." She shrugs. I soft. Ethics are guidelines. Not shackles. Some debts you pay forward in court. Turns out she'd recognized me the second my file landed. Coffee mug shattered on her chamber's floor. Recusing would have sent me to Judge Harlan, who boasts a 97% lock-him-up rate and zero patience for public defenders. So she bent every rule, demanded the audit no one else would, and prayed the evidence held. We grab coffee in the diner across the street. Maya tags along the next weekend, armed with crayons and zero filter. She sizes Evelyn up, declares, "You've got magic hammer energy," then spends an hour explaining how superheroes need capes and pancakes. Evelyn laughs until tears streak her mascara, and something in my chest unclenches I didn't know was knotted. Months slide by. Zoo trips where Maya orders us to hold hands for safety. Movie nights where Evelyn learns Maya's dinosaur obsession trumps rom-coms. Quiet evenings on my sagging couch where we trade war stories, her losing her dad at 16. Me raising Maya solo after her mom bailed with nothing but a post-it that said, "I can't." One night after Maya's asleep, Evelyn traces the scar on my knuckle warehouse accident and whispers, "You stopped that night because you still believe people are mostly good. I stayed on the bench because you reminded me judges are people first." I kiss her then, slow and certain, tasting coffee and possibility. A year and change later, I've saved for a ring, simple white gold. Tiny diamond that catches light like her smile. Planned a sunset proposal at Foster Park. Maya sworn to secrecy and bribed with ice cream. Except Maya's secrecy lasts exactly 12 hours. We're halfway down the path when she bolts from behind an oak tree yelling, "Asked her already. Dad. The ring's poking your butt." Evelyn's laugh rings out as I drop to one knee anyway. Strangers pulling out phones. Maya bouncing like a pogo stick. Evelyn Brooks. "You saw a stranger in the rain and decided he was worth breaking rules for. Be my family officially. Chaotically. Forever." Maya chimes. "Say yes or I'll cry." And nobody wants that. Evelyn's yes is half laugh, half sob. And the park erupts in applause. Weddings in May under the same trees. Maya in sunshine yellow, insisting the flower petals be thrown with enthusiasm, not violence. Derek's doing 4 years upstate, tried to appeal, but the digital trail was airtight. During the reception, Maya hijacks the mic. "Quick PSA, I set this whole thing up. Daddy fixed the judge's car. She fixed his life. I fixed the rest. Tips accepted in ice cream." The crowd loses it. Even Luis, my best man, wipes tears while attempting the worm at Maya's command. Sometimes late at night, Evelyn and I sit on the fire escape, city lights flickering below, and she'll murmur, "I still check the ethical handbook," waiting for the knock that never comes. I answer, "Good thing the handbook doesn't cover love." Maya pads out in dinosaur pajamas, climbs between us, and declares, "Group hug, new family rule." And we obey. Because some storms you don't outrun. You build a home inside them. So tell me, have you ever bent a rule to do the right thing? Or had a stranger's kindness circle back when you needed it most? Drop your story below. Let's keep the chain going. Hit subscribe if you believe second chances are real. And share this with someone who needs to remember the world still has magic hammers if we're brave enough to swing them.